Hey, good morning. It's Tracy Wilson here, and welcome to the Unlock Show. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the fact that if you are currently posting your website or any other links into Facebook groups, my advice to you is to stop, and I'm going to tell you why I'm giving you that advice and what you actually need to do instead in today's episode. So hang about if that's something that you are currently doing, or you're looking for ways to be able to generate more business for you and more eyeballs on what it is that you're doing utilizing Facebook. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit. I'm going to make sure that everybody can see and can hear me. I'm just waiting for a few people to come on today. And I want you guys to hang about too, because I've got some special things that I want to give away today. One of you very special viewers today is going to win this beauty pack from our show sponsor, Lulu Beauty. So hang about, because someone is going to win this today. Now, you have to be on the show, so if you've got some friends that would love this, well, sing out to them. Let them know that we are live right now, and one of you guys is actually going to win. I'm going to make sure that I give that prize away to one, possibly two of you. I'll see how we go. So today's topic is all about, Facebook. So earlier in the week, so on Tuesday, gosh, I get mixed up because we're streaming in two different places. I'm here in Australia. It's Friday here for me right now. For you guys that are watching in America, it's only Thursday night. So I had the last show, which was my Wednesday, your Tuesday, and we talked about what the heck did we talk about? Well, we talked about the things that you need to do to basically create a lead magnet out of your personal profile, your personal Facebook profile. And I did say to you in that episode that I would be doing the episode today on how to take that one step further, because that's not really a lot of use to you unless you're going to get eyeballs on your personal profile and your page. So I'm going to teach you how to do that today. Like always, I'll have some steps that you can do. I have some takeaways. And as per normal, I want you guys to have a conversation with me. I want to know that you guys are here. I can see that we've got people watching me right now. I am going to flick over to the comments and just make sure that who we've got on board with us today. Hi, Robin, Donald. And we've also got Karen here. Great to have you guys here. If I haven't called out your name right now, let me know that you're actually watching. The way that you do that is just comment to me. If you're watching on YouTube, comment there. If you're watching on Facebook right now, just post into the comments section, and I'll make sure that that I sing out to you and I know that you're here, because that is the thing that's going to let me know that you're actually here and put you in the draw to win these wonderful prizes from Lulu Beauty. So make sure you do that. And I also need to know who you are. The way that I know who you are is by you clicking the link above that says allow StreamYard to see you, because I'm currently streaming through a platform called StreamYard. Hi, Scott. Great to have you here. And I need to know who you guys are so that I can give you this special prize. So let's get stuck into this. Why am I talking about this now? So I'm going to talk about a couple of different things in the context of how you can drive traffic to your personal profile, which, as you know, if you set that up the right way, will create you an opportunity to draw more business, to have more people come to you, for you to help them with their problems in their business, because you are seen as the expert in that particular area. So I'm just going to flick over my screen. I'm not going to share anything with you today, but as per normal, I will have a giveaway slide deck that I can give you at the end of today's show. And I'll also have a social planning work map that I'm also going to make available for you, so you can start to implement the things that I'm going to talk to you about today. So I'm going to set the scene for you. Here's what I currently see most people doing. So most people will start joining different groups, joining different Facebook groups, and this one is no different. So you're joining a different Facebook groups, and you've probably, if you're anything like me, before I kind of realized that I needed to have a strategy and a plan for this, I was in lots and lots of different Facebook groups, and we tend to be in lots of them, but with no real purpose. And what I'm seeing people do is go into these groups without any real plan or purpose to them, and they're posting their links and their links to their website and links to their various funnels and lead magnets and so on and so forth, and products and services, and it's coming across across as being really salesy. So I want to teach you how to do that in a really non-salesy way, in a way that's going to help you position yourself as an expert and to help you gain authority in your respective industry, utilizing Facebook groups to your advantage. So those are some of the things that I'm currently seeing. And generally speaking, the reasons that we would join a Facebook group is usually to help us improve some area of our life, whether it be in the areas of wealth, health, or improving our relationships. Those are generally the things that we are wanting to do and the reasons why we would join a group. Then there are two fundamental outcomes that we would be looking for when we're joining a group. So the first would be that we're joining a group because we want some form of education. Like we're there because we want education or entertainment, or in our case, we talk about that as being edutainment. So it's education that's also entertaining and engaging. And then the other reason that you would join a group is for connection and networking. Now, both of those, like I talked about earlier in the week when I was talking through, the Facebook lead generation machine and how you create that, you want to make sure that you're leading people somewhere. So we have a purpose and an intention of why we're joining particular groups. Then we're leading them somewhere, and that somewhere is your personal profile. I'm going to show you how that all happens. And this is all going to start putting all of the pieces of this puzzle together. I'll start to join the dots for you today. So you'll see that there'll be dots made by you going into other groups and then leading people to your personal Facebook profile. And you're probably going to have some aha moments today. So, and then when you are a participant in a group, when you've joined a group, usually we find that there are 3 different types of people inside of a Facebook group. And you have to decide which one of these you are or you are going to continue to be. So either you are a lurker, so you're somebody who's just there, you're just watching, you're not really participating at all, but you're just watching and learning, the information that's being shared. You're being an active and valuable participant, or you're the third type of person, which is one of those guys that's like an overposter, or AKA a pain in the butt. So somebody that's, in there posting regularly to try and get people to see them. But in fact, often when you are that, you're actually doing damage to yourself and to your business, because people see you as that and they're generally not then going to go and check you out. So hey Amber, great to have you guys here. So I'm going to talk through all these different aspects, and I'm going to give you some really practical things that you can do. And I call it the 5 and 15 method. That's going to help you to really dial in what you're doing inside of these Facebook groups. So who's keen on hearing what this method of 5 and 15 is? If you're keen on that, just type to me in the chat box and just put 5 and 15, and I will start walking through or talking through what exactly why 5 and 15 method is, how you can start implementing it, and the practical steps that you need to do. You need to start with today, so that you've got purpose and intention behind what you're doing. And the purpose and intention is going to lead to, hopefully some improvement in either your health, your wealth, and your relationships. So I've got a Facebook user in the group right now. So if you could, if you're here, can you just let me know who you are? I can see somebody saying hi to Donald Gifford. So thanks very much, Scott. 5 and 15. So let's go. Okay, so the first thing you need to do, all of this starts with us having like a plan and research. So everything you do, whether, when you're starting out in business, all the aspects of your business, you want to have intention and purpose with it. And when you put intention and purpose behind it, then you, generally speaking, you're going to have a decent sort of outcome, because you've got something to start with and you've got some form of measurement and a reason why you're doing that particular activity. What we don't want to have happen is that we're haphazardly doing things, as in we're in different groups by sort of participating but not really participating, and there's no real outcome that we're driving from our participation in a particular group. So the first step that you need to do when you are joining someone else's groups and you're looking to join groups for a purpose, which is for education or for networking and connecting, that will then lead to a business outcome, you want to actually have a look at what are the rules of the group. So super, super important. And that goes without saying that, people need to look at the rules of this particular group. The reason you want to do that is because you don't want to enter yourself into a group and find yourself kicked out within a very, short space of time, because that won't give you a very good name in that particular group. And I've seen in some groups that the group owners will actually screenshot somebody who's broken the rules, and everybody in that group knows that that person has broken rules and been kicked out. That's pretty extreme, but it does happen, and you don't want to be that person. So you want to make sure that you're really clear with the group that you are joining. What are actually the rules of that group? The second thing you want to look at when you're doing your planning and your research is you want to know that group that you are looking at is, what are they actually focused on? What is the focus of that group? Is it education? Are they encouraging networking and connection? So on and so forth. And are you going to get benefit from being in that group for your educational purposes or for connecting and networking that will eventually lead to you having improvement in your health, your wealth, or your relationships? And then you also want to have a look at what sort of things are the admins posting. This will actually help you to determine, sort of the feel and the vibe of the group, and give you an idea of what sort of things are acceptable. Usually, you would take the lead from the admins in that group. So just go and have a look and see what the admins are actually posting in your respective groups. And also you want to have a look at what types of conversations are actually happening in there. That's going to help you also to determine what types of conversations can you be part of and what types of conversations can you actually start. Those two things that I've just said there are super, super important to this entire process. Okay, so the next things you want to do, I'm going to get stuck in now into this 5 and 5 framework. So like I said, the first thing, so the 5 and 5 framework is really coming up with something that you can do that is really tight and concise in like 15 minutes a day. So that's the purpose of us doing this. And it's not just about us posting, random links into groups, because like I said, that can actually damage you. If you've ever been into some examples of this might be, you might think that it's a really good idea to only participate in groups and only participate or comment in that group when they come up with the opportunity for you to post the link to your lead magnet, to your website, to your product and or service. But in my experience, when group owners are doing that, it helps in terms of engagement. So if you're a group owner, it's really beneficial for you. But as the person actually posting, in my experience, I've never got any business out of just simply posting my link into somebody else's group. The things that I'm going to share with you are the things that I've done that have really worked, that have actually led people to my personal page, that have then led them into my business. So I'm going to show you how to open up all of those doors in a really non-intrusive way that doesn't come across as salesy or really pushy, because you want to be careful when you're in other people's groups that you're in there. It's like you being in their home. And you want to make sure that you are respectful to the rules and regulations that they have put together for the management of their group. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to decide on what you need and why. So just think about right now, like, what is it that you need, and what areas of your life are you trying to improve? Are you trying to improve your health, your wealth, or your relationships? Obviously, the wealth piece is, our businesses would sit very nicely under that wealth category. So if you're trying to improve your business, you want to think about what areas of your life are you trying to improve, and what is it that you actually need help with to help you improve there. Is it that you need more education? Is it that you're looking for more ways to connect with people and network? And that will help you to determine what types of groups you should be participating in. And in an ideal world, you want to join groups that actually do both, that give you education and an opportunity to network and connect with other people, because it's super, super powerful, you being either a group owner or being involved in groups such as this group that you're in right now. And if you're watching on YouTube and you're not part of the conversation, you can be part of our conversation by going to Facebook and joining our Success Secrets for Business, Family and Life group. This is where a whole lot of conversation goes on, and we share a lot more edutainment type information for you guys to help you grow in all of those different categories: your health, your wealth, and your relationships across business, family, and your life. So the next thing you want to do is I want you to make a list of 5 groups that you are going to commit to being actively involved in. So you might have a look at the groups that you're already involved in now and potentially narrow that down to say 5, and just get really, really specific and really committed to being an active participant in that group. So, make that list of 5 different groups that you're going to be involved in. If you have time, of course, you can stretch it out to more, but I find that 5 is kind of enough to get you going and is enough. You have a busy day in your business, so it's enough to be able to get 5 things done across in 15 minutes per day. And then what you're going to do is you are going to determine what makes your association worthwhile for you when you are associated with that particular group. Is the outcome that you're looking for more business, more knowledge, more exposure? Why are you there? And some of the other outcomes that may come from doing this type of activity that I'm going to walk you through might be that you get to be you might get to be a guest on their podcast. You may get to be a guest on a show like this, so on and so forth. That gives you more exposure and enables you to position yourself as an expert in your respective industry. The way that you do that is by utilizing steps number 4 and 5. So the next things you are going to do is you are going to visit those groups daily. So you want to make sure that you put them in your diary or just have an alarm or somewhere that each day you're just going to kind of go and visit those groups and say hello and just see what's going on in them. And you're going to do this for a period of 15 minutes a day. If you want to do it longer, you absolutely can. But I find that, for me, 15 minutes a day is enough to kind of keep me up to date and keep me in the loop and front of mind of people's minds in the 5 groups that I enjoy being in. Then what you're going to do is you're going to think about, am I going to ask a question today or am I going to answer questions? And often this depends on your reason why you are involved in that particular group. So if you're there because you want education, then of course you're going to be asking more questions. But as you get better and better with the thing that you are trying to learn or the reason that you are there, you will soon shift from being the person who's asking lots of questions to a person who's actually able to participate in conversations and give answers to things. If you are in another group where you are wanting to network and connect because you have realized that these particular groups potentially have some of your ideal clients in them, then you would want to be somebody who is participating in the conversation in the sense of you are answering questions. So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to spend your 15 minutes going through these 5 groups, and you're going to be scrolling just to see what conversation is going on and see if there are any people in the group, in that community, who are actually asking questions that you have a skill or knowledge in being able to answer. So here's an example. So I do this quite often. I'm part of the ClickFunnels large community, and I'll often go into that group and have a look at what questions are being asked, and I will answer some questions for people. What I then found was happening was people were starting to come to me because they started to see me in the light of an expert in that particular area. So in the area that I have some expertise in is around building sales funnels and helping people come up with their strategy to launch their products online and actually do the full implementation process of that. That's one of my businesses that I have, that I use those groups to go in and share my expertise and my knowledge in them and to add value. So that is one example, and an outcome of that. This is an absolute story that happened, and it's not too long ago. I had somebody contact me randomly. They came to me via my personal Facebook page. They clicked on the link at the top that said, my banner, and they found my business, The Waffle Box, which does the done for you services for implementation of sales funnels and online digital marketing. Now, when I asked him, how did you find me? He said, well, actually, I did some research. I went to some groups that I knew that would have experts in them. And I started scrolling the feed to find out who was answering the questions and who was being recommended. So what you'll find is that over time, as you start answering questions for people inside of these groups, the rest of the community will start to see you as an expert in that particular area. And you get this, this snowball effect, this, multiplier effect, where it becomes you to begin with, where you're starting to ask questions and answer questions for people. And then over time, as you continue to do that and people get to know that you have expertise in a particular area, other people will start tagging you in posts. That's where now I'm hoping that you're now seeing how we join those two dots together. So see how this is way more powerful than just dropping a link in and hoping like heck that somebody is going to click on that link, because in that particular moment, some random person needs what you have to offer. In the way that I'm teaching you to do it now, it is you are absolutely going to the source. You are answering questions because somebody already has that problem. And when you answer that question, everybody else on that feed sees that you've answered that question too, which also gives you multiplied exposure. What are those people going to do? Well, the one thing that comes up when you start posting like that is your little profile image. And remember, earlier in the week, I taught you how to optimize your profile image so that when somebody clicks on your profile image, it's going to take them away to your personal Facebook profile. Won't take them to your business page, because in most groups, they prefer there to be an individual rather than a business commenting and posting inside of their group. So it's you as an individual. So that process that I taught you will help you to make that transition from them seeing you personally, now seeing you in a business light. Does that make sense? Can somebody just tell me that that is making sense in the chat, and that you're seeing how those two things are now connected, right? So the way in which you turn your Facebook profile into a lead generation machine, and now you're posting elsewhere very organically, no cost, right? So you're not paying anything for this. It's simply costing you, your time, 15 minutes a day, to go in and start asking questions and answering questions. And then as they see you as an expert, they'll click on your profile, they'll go away to your personal profile and actually get to learn and understand more about you. Then they will click the links to then end up in your calendar, in your booking system. And that one that I just explained to you, that resulted in a $10,000 job for my business. So 15 minutes a day, would you invest 15 minutes a day to get that sort of outcome? No cost on Facebook advertising, positioned me as an expert within a group, leads people to my page, gets them into my business world, all at no cost. So my client acquisition cost was zero at that point. So these things those 5 things that I've just taken you through will help you to get really dialed in, means that you're more meaningful in the groups that you are in. So you're picking 5, and you are making a commitment to being an active member of their community, and you are understanding what that group is about and how you can really add value to it. So if I were you, I'm going to talk very specifically about this group now. So the action that you would want to take if you're watching this and you are in this group, the first thing you would want to do is go and have a look at our rule. Go and have a look at the group rules. Go and make yourself very familiar with them. What things are allowed, what things aren't allowed. You want to make sure that you comply with those so that you have an opportunity to stay in these great groups. The second thing you want to do is you want to scroll the feed and get a feel for what's going on. What is this group all about? Well, this group is a lot about education and information, like we say, to help you grow in your family, your life, and or your business. So that's the sort of thing you're going to get in here. And you will want to think about how can you add to that conversation. Right now, do you need to be asking more questions, or do you need to be somebody who can contribute to the conversation? So, for example, if you had something to contribute to this conversation now, of course, you would put that into the comment section. Why? Because when people come back and they hashtag replay, please, if you're watching this as a replay, hashtag replay, so I know you're watching it on a replay, they're also going to see all the comments that you're making. And if you're making a lot of them and they're making sense and they're adding value, well, what are those people likely to do? They're likely to go and friend you. They're likely then to end up on your Facebook profile. They're likely then to be more interested in what it is that you do. And then you're able to have, a more meaningful relationship with them, which potentially could lead to you doing more business, potentially doing more partnerships with them, so on and so forth. So, hey, Christy, long time no see. Great to have you here. So I'm just seeing a few people that I've worked with in the past, sort of joining the conversation now. So those are some of the things that that we need to be doing and being really cognizant of, and making sure that we've got a plan with the things that we do. Quite often, what I see is that we're doing things just because we're doing stuff. And we know that there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. And the things that I'm teaching you is to help you be really productive and really dialed in and focused to make sure that you are getting an outcome for the investment in your time that you are making. So I'm hoping that those are really clear for you, that they make a lot of sense. Like always, I'm going to have a PDF download that you guys can go and download. It's going to have a work mat in there, so you'll be able to actually go through these 5 steps and start planning this out. And I would recommend that you do this every quarter. So every 90 days, you're just going through, you're looking at the 5 groups and reassessing, is it worth my while, my time being in this group and participating? And I would also encourage you to be an active participant. So get off the bleachers, get in, start participating, no longer be that lurker, because a lurker, you're only going to get one dimension. The only thing you're going to get as being a lurker is the information. The way in which you really get traction is actually by getting in and starting to engage with groups. And I want to encourage you guys to do that in this group. That is why we're here, is for your education, but also for networking and connecting, and to make your life, your business, and your family a better place, and a better all around. So that all being said, I've got a whole lot of people that have just joined, and I know I talk really fast, so I apologize for that. That's why I have the downloadable notes. Now's probably the time that I want to do a giveaway. So I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to chat with you guys, because this is the moment where we give some stuff away. I want you to go and let your friends know that now is the time. They have to be on here. So what I want you to do right now, the action you must take, is you need to say hello to me, so that I know that you are here. Because when I know that you are here, that is going to be my indicator to give you the opportunity to win. And if you do not let me know that you are here, I will not know that that you've done all of the tasks and that you are in the running to win this beautiful prize from Lulu Beauty. Few and Alia and the team at Lulu Beauty have been kind enough to give that to us. It's over $130 worth of value in that pack. And it's a full, facial skincare regime, which you can use morning and night. So let me look. All right, I'm going to do a bit of a drum roll. I'm not very good at this, so don't judge me. The winner of the Lulu package for today is Amber Mercer. So congratulations, Amber. You will be getting a lovely pack all the way from Australia, and it's with beautiful products that come to you from Fiji. That's going to be sent on its way to you sometime soon. So what I need you to do is just to message me and let me know what your address is. So if you could personally PM me, let me know what your address is, so that we can make sure that we can get that away to you. So that's one prize given away. Should I do another one? Let me know. Chat to me in the box. Should I do one more? Because I've got one more pack to give away. Yeah, oh my gosh, so cool, Amber. You're going to love it. Let me know. Chat to me in the box. Should I do one more, or should we call it quits for the day? One more? I've got to wait, because I think there's a bit of a delay. I reckon I'm getting one more. Few, what do you think we should do? Give one more away? Yes, more. Okay, so she's saying more. All right, the other person that's going to win for today, who happens to be on here right now, is MJ. Congratulations, MJ. Lovely beauty pack coming your way, all the way from Australia, with beautiful ingredients from Fiji. So there you go, guys. 2 people today have won on the Unlock Show with Tracy Wilson, Amber Mercer and MJ is the other person who has won. Both of you lovely ladies, if you could just message me in PM me and let me know your address so that I can get that off to Few and her team, and she will get them posted out to you in the next little while. So keep your eyes peeled. Hope that's going to be a lovely Mother's Day present for you lovely ladies. If you are mums, you will enjoy that package, I am sure. So I'm going to pause for a moment. I'm going to just allow you guys to ask some questions. Pretty exciting. We've given away some prizes. The 5 in 15 framework is what I've covered off for you today. You will be able to get the work mats in the downloads after the show. So by 5 p.m. Australia time, I always have them in there ready for you guys to download. And, give me feedback. I want to make sure that I'm delivering value to you guys each and every episode that we have, to make sure that you have a way of being able to move forward in your business and your family and life. Next week, we might change it up a little bit. We're going to do some topics around family and just life in general. And I look forward to seeing you guys all back again next week. So don't forget, it is Tuesdays, 6 p.m. New York time, and 10 a.m. Tuesdays Australia time, and 12 lunchtime New Zealand. Wow, that's a lot of time zones to remember, but I'm hoping that you guys will be back. I hope you've enjoyed today's session. If you have, let me know that you have. Give me a thumbs up. The 5 in 5 framework is what we went through. So have a fantastic day, and I'll talk to you guys all again soon. Bye.